Now we're fine. Okay, we're good to go. I need so the open session resumes. I need a motion that closed session adjourned at, no, we already did that. Where do you want me to start here? You want me to close, you want that motion again?
Yep.
So a motion that closed session adjourned at 4:49 p.m. and open session resumes. Somebody make the motion. Councillor Palmer, Councillor Wilsey, thank you very much. All in favor? Thank you. Steve? Thank you. So council met in closed session to consider matters that is permitted to do so under the Municipal Act and is listed on tonight's council agenda. The following items were considered during the closed session. One item pursuant to section 239 sub 2 clause H of the Municipal Act 2001 regarding information supplied in confidence to the municipality by another level of government. Council received a verbal update. No direction was given to staff. Now back over to revised 2026 budget documents. Those were provided to us last week in writing. So the purpose of tonight is for any amendments that council wanted to make known to the rest of council, just to be put out there. Not open really for discussion other than maybe a clarification point, and they're not open to voting this evening. That's for the next meeting. So did we have anything submitted? Where are they? For some reason I don't see them in the packet.
No, we weren't.
Oh,
they will be put on to the next one.
Okay.
Each member can discuss the ones that they've proposed.
Okay, so who had motions that they wanted to, did anybody want to raise those motions and tell council what you're proposing? Did you have anything, Councillor Wilson?
I had them in, but I was told we weren't discussing them until the next meeting. So
That's right, we're not. So
that's,
everybody had an opportunity to see, was there 4? How many were put in?
We didn't see
No,
any.
they weren't a part of the agenda.
Oh,
No, the conversation that we had was that members would bring their proposed amendments so that they could share with council. But anything that's posted will be posted at the 30-day
okay, that's
mark.
right, I didn't see them either. I thought I just simply missed it. So did you want to tell council what you were looking to bring forward?
I just put in writing all the ones I brought up at the last meeting. Like I don't have anything new to add. It was just, I put them in writing, all the ones that we talked when you saw the presentation last time that weren't updated in this one. So they can, if we're not voting, we can just wait.
Right, okay. But those where, do you want to summarize them, just put them out? Somebody have a question just to make sure everybody's clear on what it is that you're looking for? I mean, that was the purpose of it, of tonight, is if somebody didn't understand what you were asking, we would.
Well, yeah, there's 3 simple ones. There was one was to update the debt schedule with the actual amortizations we need. The debt schedule in the updated package still has 30-year amortization, so it's about $30,000 different in payments from the actual, or sorry, $300,000 different in amortization. So I just asked for that to be updated. I asked for a plan to pay back or to at least cover the debt for the $12 million gap that we talked about in the last meeting. For that to be part of the presentation, not necessarily that was going to be part of the budget, but just how we're going to address it. And I'll have to bring out my third one. It's I didn't think I was discussing them.
No, that's fine. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Councillor, but.
That's basically just the points that I brought up last meeting. I just put them in writing and submitted them for council to consider. That's
Okay, yeah, so then we've heard those. Sorry, I should have had my microphone on. We've heard those. Is there anything else somebody wanted to put out? Councillor Palmer?
Yeah, I'm going to be submitting a recommendation to add a $400,000 line into capital for sidewalk replacement in the downtown area. That would be from what's the name of the street by Food Basics? Head Street, sorry. Front Street from Head to Thomas, and Frank Street from center to front. Those sidewalks, well, I've been in the downtown area for 14 years, and for 14 years I've been told that the sidewalks will be replaced when we do the big dig. And we still don't have a date for the big dig. The sidewalks are dangerous. The interlocking brick is raised, it creates gullies where water collects, ice collects, snow collects. It's very difficult to maneuver a walker. It's tripping hazards. It's a really a liability, and I think we should
Okay, before we
tackle.
go.
Sorry.
So before we go through, so the idea was just to put that out there
Just
and,
put that-
yeah.
okay, sorry, I
And then
wasn't
if
sure
somebody,
the
so
process.
we know what it is you're
Okay.
asking, right? So that's fairly clear. If somebody had a clarifying question, you could ask the question of the counselor, but if not, we understand that's what she's going to be putting forward. Sorry, go ahead.
Just a process
Counselor.
question.
Yes.
So then, next meeting, the formal form would be submitted, and we would be talking about it further, or just then it's for voting? What's the procedure?
It will be put on the agenda at the next, meeting of the 30-day mark.
Right?
They will go in, published on the agenda as formal motions, and they will be voted on and discussed on that.
Okay, thank you.
So at that one, you would need a seconder for your motion,
Right,
right?
okay.
Thank you. Counselor Peltman, and then I'll move over to the mayor.
So I had a clarifying question for Donna Palmer, or Councilor Palmer. I know in the discussion that we had, you had also suggested that we repair businesses that have known issues with piping leading from their properties. Does that $400,000 include that, or do we have to add that extra?
No, the 400,000 is just for the sidewalk repair. Don't have an estimate or an understanding of what's required underneath in terms of engineering for the problematic spots.
So the reason why I put that out there is we know for sure 2 businesses have regular issues with their sewage coming out of their building. One of them's a restaurant and has to close up every time they have an issue, so.
So
And we have no date, not even any time frame as to when we're moving forward with that, so.
So you may motion to put that in, or somebody may motion to put that in and maybe notify the director of engineering so that he has some concept of money that would take, right? So then at the next meeting, we would have a motion, we would have it seconded and discussion, and then we would decide as a group whether or not we're pushing it up to the mayor for inclusion in his budget, right? Your worship, you had a question?
Yeah, just because I'm actually looking at the report, in yellow is the police building annex, Deputy Mayor, and just, I don't want to throw my friends at provincial government under the bus, but I did reach out for further clarification on council's role in either operating or capital. I'll share the email if people want. I came away more confused than ever from their answer. And the last line was, for further information, refer you to this person. So to get clarity whether or not council can adjust, I think it's pretty clear you can't adjust the operating budget, but in terms of the capital budget, they gave a non-answer. Deputy Mayor, I'll just be quite brutally honest with it. And then just to help the group, once this process is done, I understand this has been a learning curve. I am going to ask through the CAO for staff to come back to council with a report on best practices and for the next budget cycle so we can do this better. I do recognize we've learned and there's been a little bit of, I don't want to use the word confusion, but learning as we go. You know, Deputy Mayor, I would like to see council input early in the game. I recognize it's something, I probably could have done better in their best practices. So I am going to ask staff, come back and report to council. Best practices, how do we involve the public? How do we involve council early in the game without the clock starting to tick? And even some sense of deadlines, because we do need to get this process done a lot earlier than we have been. So I just want to throw that out to council.
Councilor Wilson.
Just as a follow-up on the police budget. I remember seeing in the news, it was a London one, where the mayor of London said, all right, the police year budget is only this dollar value. They didn't tell them what they had to exclude or exclude, but he chopped down the total budget, and I can't remember by how much. Is that not something that we could do, where you could just, you don't have to pick which line item and say, well, you're asking for 19 million, we're giving you 12, figure out where you wanna spend it? Or can some?
Well, that is the one lever that council has. We can't, under the police act, you can't go line by line, council, but you're right, you can give them a dollar amount, but understanding they have recourse, but you're correct, you can give a dollar amount.
But
Councillor Palmer? And I see-
isn't that just for operation though, not capital?
That's the answer I was searching for from the ministry. I would suspect if they're trying to say you have to treat capital like operating in terms of whittling away, I'm gonna suggest that you could do that. You could say, here's the capital that you can spend.
Wondering if it would be appropriate to have the CAO try to determine the answer to that question. Could you, are you opposed to that, reaching out and working off of the email from, and then that takes it away from the PSB and it takes it away from council and it lets you try to, what is our role in the capital budget? Thank you. If council's good with that idea? I see heads nodding. I'm gonna go over to Councillor Hippel, let you put your hand down.
Well, sorry, I kind of did and I didn't, because while we were discussing that, it would probably answer the question once our CAO had that conversation, but I thought I was under the understanding that for capital, especially when we were looking at the annex, that, you know, we actually didn't have the authority to say, guess what, you don't get this. Like, I thought that was coming down and mandated that if they put this through and the police board puts this through, that we don't have the ability to say nay to that. But maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah, I don't know, because I just look at what Mike Bradley did or tried to do down in Sarnia, and so every time you look at it, I see it differently also, and I kind of played in that world for 31 years, but I'm just wondering if we try to get that dialed down, because otherwise we don't know what it is we could even do at this chamber. Councillor Pelkman.
In all my years in the Police Services Board, council has the authority for a dollar figure, and if the Police Services Board is putting forward $20 million, that includes a $9 million billing addition, then you would just say we only are authorizing $11 million. It's just the total number, that's it. The reason that we see it line by line, which a lot of councils don't, is because I worked really hard in my time as Police Services Board to have that transparency, so people could see why the spending is, especially at the time when police spending was increasing faster than other pieces of the municipality. So.
Fair enough. So we're now 2 minutes into our scheduled meeting. So if there's nothing else, I'll wrap this meeting up. So we just need a motion to adjourn this. Bylaws. This page here, a motion that bylaw 10-26 receive first, second, third, and final reading, and a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the special council meeting of the Corporation of Municipality Strathroy-Caradoc. That's all the same thing, isn't it? Okay, I kind of read it twice. Anyways, I need a motion to receive bylaw 10-26 first, second, third, and final reading. Councillor Kennis, Councillor Brennan, all in favor? Passes. Thank you very much. Schedule of meetings are posted on the agenda, and a motion to adjourn. Councillor Pelkman, Councillor Hippel, all in favor? Motion passes. We'll take a couple of minutes and resume with